In 2001, a legendary game series was born, Gothic. In 2019, the series became part of THQNordic, and as huge fans of the original game, we began thinking and experimenting about what we could do with it. See, as huge fans of the original game, right? So this is not like, haha, we have your IP, now let's screw it over. While exploring ideas, we realized that Gothic is still iconic, but simply doing a remake wouldn't work. Therefore, we tried a new approach, reimagining the whole thing. To be sure that this is the way to go, we decided to approach this situation in a totally unique way. We want to give you an early prototype of the game and ask for your thoughts and feedback. We want to make this game great for you. I don't know if they're still taking feedback or not. If they are, then great. You could go tell them, but let's see what they came up with. When we started thinking about the possibility of doing a Gothic remake, we immediately thought about the amazing atmosphere the original game delivered. When replaying the original Gothic again, we realized how outdated certain aspects could be perceived nowadays. There are obvious things like the UI, controls, and combat system that weren't even praised back in the day. Although some of our team even had a soft spot for those when they first played it. Yeah, you kind of get attached to that a little bit. You get used to it and you go, at first you're like, what the hell, this sucks. And then after a bit, you're like, obviously you do this, and obviously you do this. I think it's just like a thing you have to get used to. Once you're used to it, it's great. You sure you don't agree with them? Yeah. Among other things, okay, so there are obvious things like UI controls and combat system weren't even praised back in the day. Among other things that we wanted to revamp to enhance the immersion and believability of the game. But how could we add a new spin on those elements, but maintaining and strengthening the rough original atmosphere? Could we tell you the same old story, but add something or add some new situations and some new places to make it more believable? This is a 1 hour plus long playable teaser of this new approach, and with it, we want to get your thoughts. Welcome to the colony again. Okay, so just FYI, they say it's 1+ hour. For me, that probably means it's like 10 hours. But if for some reason we get through this before the normal stream time would end, and normally I stream for a couple hours. I think today I'm going to stream for 3 in total. If we finish before my stream is over today, I do have another game already installed and ready to go. After this, if there's time, we'll start playing Close to the Sun as well today. Just so you know. Oh, so you've seen the reimagining and you're not a fan of it? Well, we'll see. I mean, whenever you reimagine something, even when you remaster something, because sometimes they do a remastered version of a game or a movie, even when you remaster something, there are changes that sometimes people don't like, right? Like look at for just a small example. You guys, I'm assuming because it's known around the world, I'm assuming you guys have both seen the original trilogy of Star Wars movies, right? What the end of the third movie, the end of Return of the Jedi, after like when everybody the Empire's been defeated, I mean mostly, right? Anyway, and the rebels are celebrating with the Ewoks at the very end of the movie. Luke walks off and he sees the Force ghosts of some of the people, right? He sees Yoda and he sees Obi-Wan and then he sees Anakin. Well, in the remastering, instead of using the actor who played Anakin or Darth Vader in the original Return of the Jedi, they used the guy who plays Anakin in the prequel trilogy, right? A lot of people were upset with that. Now, something like that doesn't bother me, but there are a lot of people who really got upset by something like that. So it's understandable. Whenever there's a reimagining or a remastering, even, because that was a remastering, it wasn't reimagined, it was just remastering, right? Even in a remastering, sometimes something will change and people are like, I don't like that change. So it's understandable. Hopefully, though, whatever we end up with will be close enough to the original game that it will bring back a lot of the same memories. You might still afterwards have the opinion the original's still better, but hopefully it'll be close enough, like maintaining enough of the stuff that the spirit of it will make this a great game, even if it's lost some of the original stuff. Oh, okay, you played it in December. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and. Oh, sorry. So this is a 1 hour long playable teaser of the new approach, and with it, we want to get your thoughts. Welcome to the colony again. THQNordic, Barcelona studio. Press E to start. There's a lot of use of E to accept or to move on or to start. That's interesting. And it's a new logo. I probably should have used their logo instead of the original logo. But whatever. Alright, here we go. New game. Combat strategy. Speed in combat is not important. Timing, precision, and fluidity are. Spamming attacks will make your character flail their weapon and suck, basically.
The Kingdom of Murtana, united by King Robar II. During the long years of his reign, he was able to defeat all foes of his realm. All except one. The war against the orcs took its toll, and the prisoners of the realm were to pay the price. The king needed swords for his army, and every man guilty of a crime, no matter how insignificant, was forced to work in the ore mines of Khorinis. To make it impossible for them to escape, the king sent out the best magicians of the kingdom to create a magic barrier around the entire valley. But something disturbed the delicate structure of magic. We were trapped inside our own barrier. The convicts took control of Khorinis. The king had no choice. He had to negotiate. He needed the ore. But his former slaves now demanded a high price. Month after month, the king supplied everything the prisoners needed in exchange of tons of ore, until the present day. Another convict was brought to the lift. He did not know, but he would change everything.
I could already see a couple things lost in that opening cinematic, but not bad. I do like a lot of it, but there are some parts of it that I think I would change. But obviously, it's not up to me. Like when they say there are multiple magician or mages that are all around wizards, and they're all using the power to create the barrier. Right? They only show the one. It's not really representative of a lot of them. I realize this is early, but I would think that cinematic should have more of them so you get a grander vision of how massive the barrier is. And then also they mentioned that the convicts took control of Khorinis. They didn't really. They didn't take control of Khorinis. They took control. I mean, I guess only in the sense that they could manipulate the king into forcing his hand to give them more of what they wanted. But they didn't really take control of Khorinis. They took control of a colony, the penal colony. Right? That's not the same thing. Khorinis was the city, and the city is completely outside. I mean, if you look at Gothic 2, for example, you have to run quite a ways to even get to the penal colony again. So. Okay, yeah, no worries, Thomas. Thanks. I mean, I appreciate that you even stopped by. Even if you had to go completely, I would appreciate it. So, no worries. Oh, you have a blog? Nice. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, man, there's like a long loading time here, too. Anyways, like I said, there are a couple things, and then there are some minor English errors that I noticed. Like he says, in exchange of or, in English, we would say in exchange for or. In fairness, prepositions are probably one of the hardest parts of English. Prepositions often don't make sense. It's very strange, but there are subtle nuances to prepositions in English. So like you have beyond and between and over and under and around and in and out. They're all used in certain situations, but very specific circumstances. So there's a certain feel to them, and this is
Low risk, high return, they said. You'll never get caught. Of course.
wow, the lag.
It's just you and me, my friend. No weapons, no food, just a simple scroll.
Okay, hang on. The lag is out of control. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can clean this up some. I don't know what all is running that's a problem, but let's see if I can kill some of this lag. In fact, just a pause here. Well, I mean, however long it takes, right? I basically am going to go to certain other applications I have running, like Sony Vegas, and kill them. But it may take a bit before, like, the lag that the computer has as a whole might make it a little slow to get to the application to then be able to shut the application down. But this is a little intolerable. I really don't think this is gonna work. If there's this much lag on a simple cutscene, unless they absolutely horribly managed it, like managed memory for it, that's just, there's no reason for that. This should not be this bad. I mean, I don't have the top of the line graphics card anymore, but I mean, I've got, it's a 1080 Ti, so it should not be all kinds of behind the times. Kill some of these other windows as well while I'm at it. Yeah, I mean, there's that too. But I would like to, if I can, eliminate some of this lag before we. Let me. I mean, we want to at least optimize it as much as is possible, right? It may not be perfect. I'm not expecting it to necessarily be perfect, but at least optimize it as much as we can. So let's close some. I mean, some of this stuff I'm not even using right now. So like I used it before. Like I have GIMP windows also open, which I used before, but I'm not using now. There's no reason. I don't need those open still. So I just happen to have them open. So we can do some of those. Those will save some memory. GIMP doesn't usually take a lot of memory, but if it sits for long enough, and it may have sat for long enough, if it sits for long enough, it can go up to like a quarter of a gig of memory, for example, and all the things together add up. So let's just do this. That. Do. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like my graphics card is not the top of the line right now, but it should be reasonable. It's not super far behind. It's like maybe 2 years behind the top of the line. That's not that bad. Maybe 3 years behind now, because I think it's 2017 when the card came out. So I think it's 3 years behind now, but still. Yeah, it's something's taking a lot of memory. It's just hanging right now as I'm trying to get. You know what? Let me try. If I can go through the task manager, maybe I could just manually kill stuff. That might be faster than trying to go to the app and then kill it the normal way. This stuff's saved, so I don't need to. All right, let's. Okay, Vegas, we're gonna kill you. I don't know the best way to do that, so let's just go like this. Yeah, it's good. There's a reason. So when I upgrade, when I like buy a new graphics card or I buy a new motherboard or whatever, I try to buy, if not the very best, like really close to the best, so that it will last a few years before I have to replace it. I could replace every year, but games typically, because they want to have mass appeal so a lot of people can play them, games typically don't really require maximum settings from people, because otherwise you'd have only very few people that could play your game ever, right? Oh, okay, nice. No, it's important. I mean, when people are either getting married or when they are, honoring somebody who's passed on, you need somebody to provide those kind of services. The last thing, for example, if somebody close to you's died, the last thing you want to be thinking about is, all the minor details and stuff to arrange while you're grieving, right? It's nice to have somebody that can do that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then you could sell like guest books. Yeah, because then like they don't have to create the guest book themselves, for instance. They don't have to go buy uh, another kind of book like a journal or something and then just use it as if it were a guest book. That's right. So yeah. Okay, seriously, Vivaldi. I have a couple browsers. One of them is open right now. One of them is Chrome, and then one of them is Vivaldi. Vivaldi is not responding. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna start killing stuff manually. I don't know why it's not responding. And there we go. Tick down, tick down. It's still really slow at closing, but it's at least now I can see it getting closer to going away. All right. All right, we're almost there. It's almost closed out. Yes. It's finally closed. Okay. So now the main offenders, I think, are closed. Wow. The Gothic remake is taking 2.5 gigs of memory right now. I don't know how much memory I have. I think I have like 12 gigs. So that's gonna continue to be somewhat laggy, I think, potentially. But we'll see. Okay, let's just.
What's happening down there? What the? Oh! That was close. Oh, shit!
The subtitles are a little delayed also. He says that was close, and then it's like two seconds later you see the subtitle. It's a little bit odd, but...
Alright, easy. Oh, this is gonna...
I was like, don't back up too far, dude. The stuff's on fire. Why is he backing up into the flames? Ah.
God damn it. What the hell just happened? I'm in one piece. Oh, thank God, no blood. Oh, where's the scroll? Oh, it's all right. Great, okay. Let's move on.
I don't know if I'd be thanking God if there's no blood. There is something called internal bleeding. Or broken ribs. I mean, it doesn't mean you're okay just because there's no bleeding, but okay. I mean, I guess no bleeding is a positive thing, because if you were bleeding, there'd be that as well, but...
Let's light this up.
Voice acting is average. I'd say it's better than average, but it's still got some serious issues. There's not enough pause between certain lines that are spoken. There are some cases where the expression I think is a little wrong. It's not terrible. It's not the best I've heard, but it is definitely okay. It's definitely all right. There's some positive notes about it. So these are, we're gonna block your way. Is there a jump in this? There is. Can I jump over this? No, we're gonna invisible wall it. Okay. I don't know if there's going to be remnants of anything here that I want to pick up. Since this is a reimagining, obviously, where stuff once was is not necessarily where it will be now. Because in the original, if I remember right, you really don't find anything at this site. You have to go kill meat bugs. Or go out, sorry, not, you have to go from the original place, start going up the path, finding meat bugs on the way, but then you also find like rusty swords and stuff. And that's where you get your first weapons. I don't even know. I don't even remember now. Do you get a rusty sword? I think you might just get a dagger, actually. All right. Yeah. Yep, I would agree. There's too much. Like, nobody in real life. You might think to yourself something, but nobody in real life would say stuff like, "Ah, I guess I should get out of here. Oh, look what's happened. Why is everything on fire?" Okay, well, now that we know that everything is on fire, I probably shouldn't stick around with it. That's just unrealistic dialogue, right? It would be more realistic if somebody said something like, you might initially think, like, what the hell is going on? But then after a few moments, you'd see everything's on fire, and you're probably like, okay, I probably should. You wouldn't say this. You probably wouldn't even in your head verbalize it. You'd just have the thought, back away. So you would back away. You wouldn't say it. You would just back away, right? And then, oh, I thought there was something on top of the barrel. I guess it's just the cork or whatever. Top of the cask. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, I'm not an international bestseller or anything. So I'm not going to pretend like I'm a better writer than any of them or whatever. But I am a writer. I've written like a lot of different things. And so that's a consideration you always take when you write. Let's see, options. Let's see what my... Can I even... Okay, I mean, obviously subtitles are on, so that's good. I know movement, camera. Yep. Dash. When people say dash, that usually means it only lasts for so long. I wonder if that's true or if it's just they're using another word to mean run. Use talk, E. Sheath weapon, R. Unsheath weapon, R. Okay. C crouch, jump. In combat, left control targets. Left alt changes target. So I would tap left control and then tap left alt a couple of times, I guess. Light attack, heavy attack, parry. Parry is middle mouse button? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think it should be light attack, left mouse button, heavy attack, hold left mouse button, release when you want it to swing. And then I think right mouse button should be block or parry. If you have a shield, to be block. If you don't, it would be parry. I think that would be a much better control scheme. Okay, so middle mouse button. Okay. Hopefully that works properly. I don't do a lot of clicking on my middle mouse button, so we'll see. Menus, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So R, I don't have a weapon though. I is inventory. Yeah, no items. Quest items. Scroll. Most common scrolls are simple bureaucratic communications. Less common ones often contain arcane knowledge of incalculable power. An elaborate quality leather case that must protect an especially valuable parchment, considering the gold emblem with the red background that it bears. Related to the quest, the red scroll. Oh, okay, so I've got that as well. Don't have any keys, magic, consumables, weapons, armor, animal trophies, miscellaneous. Okay, can I... E? There we go. Quests. The red scroll. An elaborate quality leather case that must protect an especially valuable parchment. Yep, okay. And then find out the value of the scroll. Find out the value? So they're changing it where I was given the scroll and told to take it to the head of the fire mages, right? They're changing that completely, apparently, and I don't even know what the point of the scroll is. Are they going to tell me, like, how I got the scroll even? They didn't show that in the cinematic. Oh, there's a rusty sword near a mole rat? Okay, I'll look. Or are you talking about in the original Gothic? Yeah, I think it's in the original Gothic, right? All right. So there's that quest, completed quests, failed quests. Okay. Side quests, tutorials. Yeah. Okay. And then glossary. Don't have any entries at the moment. Okay. Thieving skills and failure chance. Open locks, 100% failure chance. I see. Yeah. Pickpocketing unskilled. All right. Anyway. Okay. So apparently these meat, I'm assuming these are an updated version of meat bugs. Apparently the meat bugs we can't kill right now because I don't see any kind of a weapon. Like, whoops, I meant to come out now. There's like literally nothing to grab in this area, it seems. Unless there's some running around that I don't. Also, hopefully there's some kind of an indicator when you can pick something up. Because if something's in the grass or whatever, that's going to be a pain in the butt to try to notice without some kind of a prompt. Hey, there's an arrow that I cannot. Oh, it's literally. How did that get all the way through the board? Arrows are not that strong, but okay. Anyway, like that arrow should have busted.
Good.
Nothing in either of these either. Dude, your jump is almost non-existent also. Really? That's as far as you could jump? Okay. That seems not great. I did not search up here, I don't think, right? Some wood. Some tools. Apparently nothing to grab. Apparently there's steadily, I don't know, breaking down tools and things. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, I think the theme here we should get from this is there's nothing in this opening section. In this area here, there's literally nothing to grab. anything at all. Like, I can't even jump on this little thing. IRL, I could jump on that. Seriously? Oh. And this guy looks, appearance-wise, he looks like he's more in shape than I am, and I could jump on that, but okay. Alright, so nothing in the opening area, I guess. Which is great. Hopefully I don't meet. Anything before I get a weapon. Can you imagine if I meet a bunch of lurkers suddenly? And Xexor dies. By the way, your game's over, just so you know. Oh, that's great. Or even worse, orcs. But I mean, even lurkers at this point would be disastrous for me, right?
What the heck's going on?
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, shit. Oh, God damn it. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh my God, what the hell? This place, some people's luck is worse than mine. Let's see. I'll leave it here for a moment. Right. You don't mind if I take this with me, do you? I need it more than you do at the moment. Come on, my pretty. Come with me. Oh, God damn it. Shit. It's broken. Well, this is better than nothing, I guess.
Now it really hurts. Is the achievement, huh? Yeah.
But what the hell? What are you? Okay, easy, boy. Let's make it easy for both of us. Okay, calm down. Worst prison ever. Definitely. I have to get out of here as soon as I can.
So decide not to attack me? That seems a little out of character for, Okay. Nothing's following behind me either. Okay. So there's literally nothing in all of this either. Like over here, you can't grab anything. It looks like wine or something you can pick up. No, apparently not. Dare I go up the stairs? That seems like that's gonna lead to a bad place. It's all dark too. There's no, like literally no lights up there. Yeah, okay. Let's just go back. If this were a horror game, I might go up there just to see and then die and then whatever. But, well, I could save it, right? What's... Yes, let's save the game here. And then I'll go up there. Let's see what's up there. I just didn't want to, like, have to start all over again. Oh, you can't go past these either? Seriously? I mean, I get it's a playable teaser, so I guess they have certain aspects they want to wall off. Not let you wander through the entire world. Yeah, it kind of does, right? In a lot of ways. It is alpha, so there's still potential for it to get better. Okay, what's... Can I go over this way? Because there's fire farther down. Oh, but it's on the other side of the river. Okay. Time to go back. You can hear... ah... Why would you have all these random carts and just like leave them abandoned? Just let them sit and not do anything with them. That seems a bit silly.
Well, this doesn't look good at all.
See, like that commentary. That's unnecessary. This doesn't look good at all. Yeah, we know blood spots means bad. You don't have to have the characters say it. Like, let's tell the players what they should be thinking right now. Seems pointless. That cutscene where he gets the sword, I would have had less trouble with it if he could have even said, "Come on now, my pretty," or something like that. I mean, if that's the personality they're going for the Nameless Hero in this, I would have been okay with that too, probably. But the whole like, "Well, I'll need it more than you," and blah blah. It's like they take every cheesy line from like every bad line from every adventure movie of the last 20 years and try to embed it into the dialogue. It doesn't work well at all. Yeah. Yeah, it's very... I mean, I'm not going to discount the effort they've put into it. It looks like they put effort, but yeah.
Damn, man, what a mess. Oh, come on. Please, it can't be real. Hello, you've already had your money, right? Then I'll be on my way. I won't be bothering you. Okay, easy now. There's nothing to worry about. Okay, stay where you are. Don't make me hurt you. Oh, let me go. Very well. You guys asked for it.
Okay, let's see how I can do in the combat. Combat stances. Move your mouse pointer to change your pose. You can attack or block in 3 different directions. These attacks can be performed from left to right, right to left, or a forward attack. Okay. So I move this to do different. Press left mouse button to perform a fast attack. Fast attacks use little stamina and are useful when counter-attacking enemies. Although they do only moderate damage, chaining several together can inflict significant harm to your opponent. Yep. But obviously don't get baited into doing too much. It's kind of like Dark Souls in that sense. Don't get greedy or you'll pay. Okay. Strong attacks cost more stamina, take a moment to reach full power before they can be performed, but will inflict critical damage on any enemy they hit. When an enemy attacks, if your stance direction matches the direction of their attack, then that attack will be automatically blocked. Okay. Perform space to perform a dash, dodging or dodge. Dodging allows you to perform a short dash in any direction. Some attacks cost a bit of stamina to block, or could even hurt you. Faced with such an attack, dashing could be your best option. Okay. Alt to switch targeting between enemies. Yep. Okay. And then move my mouse to change my pose. When a non-targeted enemy is going to attack, you'll be able to block their ambush. If you change your defensive pose in the direction from which they are attacking you, the attack will be automatically blocked. The attacking direction can be shown in your stance indicator. So it's an automatic block? I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that either, but okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, you play enough RPGs, you get used to seeing problems in them. Yeah, way too much commentary. Played for Honor, the combat is pretty much copy pasted from it. Oh, really? Basically suited better for controllers as well. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's feeling like it too to a point. Yep. So when it shows this guy here, if the guy on the left is going to attack, I can move left, and then it'll block it. Well, I mean, I guess it's not technically an automatic block. If the guy is coming attacking here, and then another guy comes here, I'm moving the mouse left to do a block on him. So I suppose there's that. Since these are all, what are they called in Gothic? In Elix, they're biters, and now I can't think of the Gothic name. Damn it. Anyway, the bird things, whatever the hell they're called in this game. It's been too long. Anyway, those, you should know, Patak. Snappers. There you go. Yeah, snappers and dragon snappers. I was like, it's dragon something. Yeah, snappers and dragon snappers. So the snappers, obviously you're not going to, I assume you're not going to block their beak or something. So it's going to be a bunch of dodging, which is going to be interesting. We'll see how well that goes. All right. This is very weird. The dodge is odd. Very strange to try to do.
Oh, come on. What are you waiting for? Haven't you had enough?
Is that a death scene, or is this you're not supposed to win? Oh yeah, these would be just scavengers, wouldn't they? Probably. Low enough level. Or I don't know.
Damn it.
Yeah, they're probably just scavengers. Going for the dead bodies and stuff, yeah. Diego! Buddy old pal, what's going on, man?
You're still alive. Congratulations on surviving your first day.
But passing out right after. Seriously. Beginner's luck. I don't think you're supposed to win that first combat. I'm pretty sure you weren't.
Good morning. I hope you slept well.
Good morning. Yes, I believe I did. Although I don't remember very much of what happened yesterday.
You discovered the local fauna. Those beasts are very violent at night. Conversely, they're somewhat more docile during the day. Luckily, I arrived to hunt something for breakfast. Better than you, eh? Their meat is a bit tough, but it tastes better than rookie meat. By the way, we haven't been introduced. My name is Diego, and I'm the leader of the shadows in the old camp. Yeah, that's not important.
He's like, shut up.
You're a convict in the colony now. New prison, new life. That's what people say anyway. I'm gonna call you Rookie. All right with you?
Hey, that scroll belongs to me.
Yes. I borrowed it while you were asleep. Don't worry, Rookie. I'll give it back to you when we leave. It's an unusual document. Normally, rookies come in here with scrolls listing their crimes. That legal formality is meaningless here. It doesn't matter what crimes you committed outside. You'll have plenty of time to work them off here. If you live long enough. Yours, on the other hand, is special. It's red and carries a lacquered seal. It's a scroll intended for mages.
Find out the value of the scroll. Find the fire mages of the old camp. Okay. What to do or why me? So you use your mouse. I guess we use Q or E, I suppose, or arrows. No. Oh, there we go. Why me? That's an odd mechanic. So A and D to point, and then space to select. I don't mind the mechanic. It is unusual, but I don't mind it.
What should I do with the scroll?
Well, Rookie, there are things more dangerous than wild animals in this place. For example, the ambition of many prisoners and how little other people's lives are worth. In your place, I'd keep my mouth shut until I found one of the mages. Although in your situation, that's not likely to happen.
Why not?
The mages are in the castle of the old camp. The only way people can get in are Gomez's men. So, now you know. If you want to find them, first, you'll have to join the old camp. There's no other way. Well, I'll have to report yesterday's attack to Gomez shortly. But before we leave here, do you have any questions, Rookie?
Is it really wise to toss the scroll across the fire like that? What happens if the rookie is really clumsy and he like hits it, and then it goes on the fire? I guess Diego could say, "Man, it's not my fault. You suck."
So what do I need to know about this place?
Let's start with the basics. We call it the colony, and we produce ore for the king. At least that's what we do at the old camp. Inside the barrier, there are 3 camps, and if you want to stay alive, you'll have to join one of them. The old camp is the largest and oldest of the three. And, well, part of my job is also to tell the new arrivals that it's the best place for them.
Just join the old camp right away. I don't know about that. I mean, when this eventually releases, if I end up playing through it, which, let's be honest, there's a decent likelihood I will at some point. When I eventually play through this, I would like to do something different than I did on my YouTube playthrough for the original. So rather than go old camp, maybe I'd go swamp camp. But I don't know. Let's do this.
And what about the other camps?
Listen, rookie. Alongside the old camp, the new camp and the sect are nothing more than carnivals of mayhem and looting. In the old camp, you'll encounter people from those places who can better explain to you how things work here. As for me, I'll just tell you that the people in the new camp are a bunch of thieves and no scruples. And the people in the sect are all madmen, obsessed with certain herbs. As you can see, I'm speaking from a position of absolute impartiality.
Okay.
Earlier, you mentioned someone named Gomez. Who is he?
Gomez
Yeah.
is the leader of the Ore Barons. He's the head of the old camp, the most powerful man in the colony. He's responsible for guaranteeing the ore shipment to the king and maintaining order in the only civilized zone inside this barrier. He's rather peculiar. A man of refined tastes and expensive indulgences. You'll see what I mean when you get to know him.
See, if you're going to do an up-to-date reimagining of Gothic, I would feel like one of two things. Either you should do some mocap and get really good quality actors to do the roles. I'm not saying these actors are bad, but a lot of actors really badly require a director. So either get an actor that's decent and get a really good director to have that actor deliver their lines in a way that doesn't come across as cheesy. Also have an improvement in the writing so that you don't have unnecessary dialogue and stuff. But anyway, so you want either mocap so that it looks much higher quality than it is. Especially nowadays. This is 2020. It's not like this is 2010 where this would be pretty decent still because you're only 10 years out from the original or 9 years out from the original. This is 2020. You have almost 2 decades of technological advancement. I realize this is an early, like an alpha release or whatever. This should be much higher quality, I think, graphically. Not the world around is fine, but the characters, they're not really, I think, up to par for the technology that exists nowadays. Not if you're doing something where you're trying to reimagine and do a really good service to the original. It should be way better quality graphics, I think. So you could either do mocap or you could, well, I don't know what kind of models they have in it. So maybe you could not, but maybe you could do something like in like Daz or something. They use those for a lot of virtual novels. And if you use something like from Daz Studios or wherever, you could potentially get really quality really high quality character skins and potentially animations and stuff. And also, like you mentioned too, somebody else, this goes back to the director point. The hand motions don't make sense. At least as far as this colony, we know you're in the colony. You don't have to do this. Like, what other colony? You're talking about the neighboring colony we don't know anything about? That's silly, right? These kind of motions don't make any sense. Yeah. Well, I think one thing you do have to keep in mind for production companies, I'm not talking about the creation of the game. I'm talking about the company altogether, okay? They do have to manage a certain budget. They have all these employees, and then they also have X amount of dollars or euros or whatever of budget for doing things for their game. So if they need certain things like mocap, let's say, that gets really expensive. So they have to do things that are within budget. Well, a lot of times these developers will kind of scrimp or not scrimp. They'll skimp. They'll kind of take the cheap route so that they can hopefully have more money for whatever else might come up. But when you feel the shortcuts in the game, it's a problem. It's not a great experience. This isn't terrible. If this were completely new indie game, this would be all right. I don't think this would be bad. But Piranha Bytes is a veteran developer. Now, if this is not done by Piranha Bytes, all the more so because it's Nordic THQ. Nordic THQ is the publishing company. They should have a lot more money than the developers have. So they should be able to put a lot more into this. Well, yeah, they potentially could use someone else's engine, but there are also licensing fees that go along with using that engine, and I don't know the specifics. It's possible using that engine is prohibitively expensive, because if they use their, I'm not saying they should use their own engine, but from their perspective, it could be, we have our own engine. Using that is a lot cheaper than getting somebody else's engine and using that. Yeah, exactly, right? That's what I'm saying. Now, in this case, was this actually made by Piranha Bytes? Because it feels like this was done by THQNordic with the blessing of Piranha Bytes. I don't know. Whoever's doing it, though, yeah. Like, you have... Mocap is expensive still, somewhat, but it's not nearly as expensive as it used to be. Look at Naughty Dog. One of their really early games, one of their early games, The Last of Us, uses mocap all over the place. Yeah, exactly. So I realize this is an alpha, so a lot of this could be totally revamped, right? This could be all just placeholders. We might get better expressions, cut down some of the unnecessary dialogue. We might get better skins, maybe even mocap, although that's kind of doubtful, I would guess, but maybe even some mocap later. All this could be redone somewhat. But right now it's feeling like they're skimping, they're going the cheap route rather than doing something that would be really high quality. Yeah, that's right. So, because it's made by THQNordic, their Barcelona development studio, THQNordic is the publisher. They've got enough money. They should be able to dump more money into this and get things like mocap. You can't just throw mocap at it and say that'll fix things, though. They need better writing, they need better directing, and they need better character graphics, I think. Those three things are the primary things. Also, I would change combat a little bit. I would not use right click for a strong attack. Like I said, I would use left click, hold left mouse button to kind of power up and then let go to release a powerful attack. And then I would use right click to block. The blocking mechanic, I never even tried to block because I didn't know with the scavengers, but the way the things came at you and stuff too, it was a bit clunky. Did not really feel like, I don't know. I was not very happy with the combat either. It was all right. It was at like average, I think.
How do I find the old camp?
Take this path. Past the clearing with the old tree, there's a guard post. And an abandoned mine. If you go through it, you'll get to the old camp. However, the door is closed for security reasons until I issue the order to open it. I'll go there after breakfast. You can come with me if you want.
I'm definitely not. Well, maybe for this, because it's just a playable teaser, maybe I need to join the old camp or something, but they're gonna, I'm sure, say like they do in the original game where you have certain requirements, tests you have to go through first. So yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings. That's fine. So let's ask about this.
Let's say I want to join the old camp. What do I have to do?
That would be wonderful news. No doubt about it. You should go to the castle gate. There, you'll find a man called Thorus. Tell him I sent you. Thorus isn't the friendliest person on the planet, but he knows what he's doing. He'll tell you who you have to win over to be accepted.
Yeah, see, that's... I don't know if this was the original delivery by the actor, by the voice actor, or if this was just the way that THQ Nordic Barcelona did it. But, like, for example, he's not the friendliest of sorts, but he'll tell you what you have to do if you want to be accepted into the camp. That big pause doesn't make any sense, for example. So some of the delivery feels like they should tighten that up also. But, I mean, I can be overly critical. I'm trying not to be super critical because this is an early version of stuff too. But I do feel like they just... Yeah. Those would be the main... So let me see. If I can, at this point, number the things that should be adjusted, in my opinion, before this gets released. They should tighten up the combat, make it much easier to make sense, or like make the controls make much more sense, make it easier for the player to use. Okay. Still stick with the timing thing, but make it easier to apply whatever you want to do on the timing. I'd fix that. I would use mocap. I would spend money and I would use mocap. I would get better direction. Somebody to manage the expression of the actors in the game as well as how the cutscenes play out and stuff. I would improve that. I would get a better director, or at least have the existing director step up their game. I would have the voice actors better coached because of the director. The voice acting doesn't seem bad to me. It just seems like they've said, say these things that don't make sense to say. So I would improve the voice or I wouldn't improve the voice acting per se. Improving the directing, I think, will fix a lot of the problems that I have with the dialogue. But also, in conjunction with the director, have somebody else rewrite the stuff, do better writing, so you don't have all this unnecessary junk dialogue that doesn't belong, really. And then, yeah, I think you probably... Those things together probably would just dramatically improve this experience. Did they? Well, I mean, it's honestly, it's there. There may be other criticisms too, but that people have made that I've not made. But I honestly think that the criticisms I'm making are fair. I really don't. You're 20 years after the original. There is no excuse for making something that looks like it could have come out in 2010. There's no excuse for that. Except if you're trying to go cheap on everything. Otherwise, this should be much higher quality. That's honestly, I love Piranha Bytes the studio even still, but that's one of the criticisms I haven't brought it up I haven't talked about it, like approached it in a criticizing way, but that's one of the criticisms or concerns I've expressed to Bjorn about their newer titles like Elix and stuff, is this is 2020, and you can update your gaming engine all you want, but unless it's meeting the standards of other games in the same year you're releasing, it's not gonna be considered a good game. I'm not saying it's not a good game. I'm just saying people will generally regard it as not as good of a game if your standards are not up to just the average standards even of games when in the year you release something. Elix was released in 2017. In 2017, we already, I think it was 2018 when it released, but we already had things like Kingdom Come that were getting close to being released, that were much higher quality in terms of the engine, in terms of the gameplay. You had Witcher 3. And I'm not saying you have to be as amazing as some of those like Witcher 3, but come on. I mean, you're still playing with 2012 quality when you're in 2018, 2020. I'm sorry, but I don't think if you want to be successful as a studio, you gotta raise the bar. This is not cutting it, in my view. Anyway. Yeah. Well. Yeah. This could be a huge win or a huge blow to Piranha Bytes, depending on how Elix 2 turns out. Yeah. So, all right, let's continue. Enough discussion. For now.
Why did you help me?
You were in trouble, and I happened to be passing by. Call it honor. Call it justice. No one should have to fight without a decent weapon and a fair shot at winning. But above all, I helped you because you're a rookie, and my job is to give you rookies an opportunity. Look, rookie, the colony is very dangerous, and even more so at night. Never leave the camps without being properly equipped. Besides, all you newcomers have the curious habit of getting yourselves into trouble. But I won't always be around to help you. Speaking of trouble, the scavengers were about last night. Did you see the attack on the lift?
I was a victim of the attack on the lift, so...
Yes, I was part of the cargo in the lift when
Yeah.
it happened.
Very interesting. We're still investigating what happened and who was responsible. I think your testimony might be valuable. When we reach the old camp, you should speak to Gomez. I'm sure he'll be very interested in hearing what you have to say.
Are you going to walk me up to Gomez? Because otherwise, how the frick am I going to get in to talk to Gomez? I have to join the camp and work my way in, right? Scavengers that look like snappers. Yeah, right? Because I was a little bit confused. I was initially thinking they were maybe snappers. I was trying to remember the name. I couldn't remember the name. But yeah, I was thinking they were snappers even, yeah. Well, if this is a reimagining, maybe they said they have added some new locations and some new events, so maybe there are some new things in this that make it make sense. I'm not sure. Well, I would reserve judgment on that personally. I'm not saying you need to. I'm saying I would reserve judgment on that because I don't know enough of what they plan on changing later in the story or adding in the story. Maybe there is something that makes sense. I would be a little concerned if they're trying to make Zardes into the bad guy already. We don't learn about his ill intentions really until the end of Gothic 2, right? Or the latter part of it, Gothic 2 anyway. So at this point, Zardes seems like a nice guy. We wouldn't suspect anything. So if they're trying to reveal him early as some kind of a villain archetype or something, that doesn't make sense to me. Because that was part of what made it good, was you thought Zardes was your buddy all through Gothic, and then Gothic 2 until the end. And then you're like, wait, what the? Seriously, Zardes? You piece of dirt. So anyway. Okay, I think we're done. I've already asked about the colony, so. I hit Q. Do I have to hold it? Oh.
Thank you very much. I don't have any more questions.
Don't mention it. It's always a pleasure. Hey, you showed promise in the fight, but that's not going to do much good without a weapon. And there are also lots of wild beasts between here and the camps. It would be folly to travel unarmed. You can start by taking a look around the exchange zone near the elevator. I'm sure you'll find something useful there. When you get a decent weapon, come back and we'll go to the old camp together.
So I have to go back and look for a weapon where I just was looking for a weapon? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's... I don't know. But whatever. Okay, let's... So is this... Ah! I wonder if these are the stairs I would have gone up originally. But they were blocked off. Now they're magically... Wow, a little bit of lag. Now they're magically not blocked off? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be going here? I don't have a map, so... Ore nugget. Okay. Now magically stuff starts showing up that I can pick up. I couldn't pick up anything last night. Except for the cutscene, there was literally nothing to grab all of last night. Jumping's a little wonky. Like, why can I not jump up this? Yeah, jump mechanic needs to be improved quite a bit too, I think. That's a more minor gripe, but it is still something I think that's legit to complain about. Why can I not jump more than 3 inches? And when I do jump, why half the time do I have to be pressed up right against something before the game realizes I want to jump up over it? Plenty of other games, not the least of which are the Dark Souls games. Well, the Souls games in general, I think, including Bloodborne, have a jump mechanic that's far better. And it's, I mean, in fairness, it is more integral in fighting and stuff, but it still seems like, I don't know. Wait, do they actually have, no, I'm incorrect. Sorry. Souls games don't have jumping, right? They have rolling. I don't think they have jumping, actually, now that I think about it. No, I'm incorrect. Still, though, there are plenty of other games that have jumping. Was that all on these stairs? Am I missing something? That was literally everything here was an ore nugget and an empty bottle. apparently. At least that part of the stairs. Loot the snapper. Oh, it was a snap. They were snappers. They're not scavengers. They're snappers. Rotten meat. I don't know if you can use rotten meat for anything in this, but I guess we can find out. Torch. Whoops. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see. Can I turn off motion blur? Vertical sync. Post-processing. Low post-processing, maybe? I've noticed that too. There are places where the voice actor will say something and the subtitle won't even translate it correctly. So it's possible that that's like an ongoing problem, that they need to update the labels in the game, or they need to get the voice actors to re-record or something. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, so we're turning off post-processing. We'll leave the other stuff. I think this is probably fine. And now we'll go back out. Okay. Now let's try this again. Seriously, so I have to... Whatever. Anyway. 6 ore nuggets, a tumbler, and 3 coins. Yeah, they definitely look like snappers, yeah. They even have the raptor claws, right? Like the snappers did, yeah. Another torch. Can I pick up the guy's leg? No? Okay, maybe not. More rotten meat? Yeah. Apparently it's a quest item, so I'll use it at some point. Apparently. Yeah, see, this is a little silly. I can run straight through these routes and not have any problem at all. But I get hung up on something like this brick. Yeah, like this. Like I get hung up on this, but I can run around the... It's inconsistent. They need to be more consistent on what... First of all, what you can jump on, but secondly, what requires a jump versus just walking. But again, it's early release, so I don't hold it too much against them. They just need to improve it, I think. I try not to be too harsh, usually for newer studios and stuff. I just, in the case of something like THQNordic, because they're a subsidiary of the publishing company, of the mother company that has like a lot of money, right? I mean, let's be fair. I'm not saying they have as much money as maybe EA or something, but let's be fair. THQNordic is not like a studio with no money. They should have plenty of money. Well, maybe not plenty. They should have at least, though, a decent amount of money to invest in things that will improve this. And then they give that money to their studios to improve the quality of their games, right? I mean, that should be... I don't know. Feels like that should just kind of be a thing. Purple flowers. I don't know if there's going to be anything up here or not. I have to do this annoying jump mechanic to get up here to check, instead of going faster, which is what I should be able to do. I don't see anything here or here. I don't see like any of those indicators saying, hey, there's a thing here to grab. So I guess that's it. What the? Okay, that was a sudden jolt. Turning me around or whatever. Oh, I need a key. And I don't have... Yeah, my lock picking is currently 100% chance of failure, right? So that's not going to happen. Oh. I do this, actually. Really? Okay, the aiming on this is the suck. Can I not get them? How do you attack these guys? Do I have to use a bow or something? Jeez. This is like not gonna happen, I think. Oh, E to crush them. I see. Alright, loot me bug. Body looter. Bug meat, but if you notice in the inventory it didn't show up. There we go, now it did. Just this brief glitch, I guess, with that other one.